Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. I've seen a lot of things in the news lately that are meant to lump us, non-violent, law-abiding gun owners, in with mass murderers and criminals who use a tool to do evil things. And most of us just want to be able to protect our families and keep tyranny out of our lives. And I'm sick of it. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. So this is going to be kind of a short video today, but I've seen a couple things recently. The Washington Post did this huge expose. They're doing like a multi-part series called Terror on Repeat. Basically just trying to make anybody that would be a gun owner, anybody that supports the Second Amendment or owns a semi-automatic rifle, to make us look like we're the same as people that do mass shootings. But besides that, I've just seen a lot of things like that recently. Just on my home screen when I open up my computer and I see my news feed, because it knows what I'm interested in and it shows me gun-related things. But it's showing the same kind of stuff to everybody else. This is a generic news feed. And one of them was this right here, this letter to the editor. Anyone who has witnessed or experienced a mass shooting probably will suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Probably true. If these victims do not have access to trauma therapy, they will suffer their entire lives from fears and disruptions that are unimaginable to people who have not been victims. Don't worry, this is really short. If society wants to take responsibility for the harm done to the victims of mass shootings, our representatives can do more than offer prayers and solace. They can create a fund supported by gun and ammunition makers to ensure that our neighbors and friends are treated for the horror that these weapons have wrought. The weapons did nothing. The people using the weapons wrought these horrors. We should levy an additional tax on firearms and ammunition to help treat victims, including people who must live with the horror of gun violence. So they want to punish us, those of us that buy firearms and buy ammunition. They want to levy an additional tax, make us responsible for the evil doings of evil people. Maybe then gun manufacturers and their supporters would think twice about marketing their wares to unstable, angry customers. I don't think any gun manufacturers or ammunition manufacturers are marketing their wares to unstable people, unstable, angry customers. They're marketing them to people like you and me that want to buy firearms and ammunition. People that believe in the Second Amendment, which is part of our Constitution. People that want to be able to protect our homes, our lives, and our families, and protect others from violence. We don't punish automakers for drunk drivers and levy additional taxes on vehicles because some people make poor decisions that end up hurting and killing people. We don't do this with anything else. So why do they think that firearms and ammunition manufacturers and their customers should be the ones that are responsible for the decisions that evil people make? It's absolutely ridiculous, and it makes zero logical sense. But they don't care about logic. They're trying to play on people's emotions, and that's why they always use terms like gun violence and gun deaths instead of just violence and deaths. You notice you never hear about hammer violence. You don't really ever hear about knife violence or fist violence. You only hear about gun violence, that we have a gun violence epidemic. Well, no, what we have is a violence epidemic. We have people that are probably over-medicated and undertreated for mental disorders, and they want to commit violent acts. And they choose a tool to do that. And it just so happens to be the same tool that we choose to use to protect our families and our homes. But we are not those people. And it is not okay for these people to keep lumping us in with those people and to keep trying to make this link between us and them, between people that support the Second Amendment and own firearms and people that are violent and kill people for no good reason. You and me, we don't ever want to hurt anybody. We own these only for protection against others that might want to do us harm and against a potential tyrannical government, which these days the potential seems to be more and more. But we don't want to go out and hurt people for no good reason. And it is not fair for them to lump people that do want to hurt people and want to kill people with those of us that just want to be able to protect ourselves and our families. And that is today's video. Please like this if you liked it. Please share it if you think it was worthwhile. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about this, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of reading these things that just want to make this link between those of us that own firearms and mass murderers, because there is no link there, except that they choose to use the same tools that we use to protect ourselves. And I want to know what you guys think down below. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.